Good morning, everyone.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I welcome all of you, and I welcome our Facebook family to this wonderful congregation here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, known as Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston. This is a place where lives are transformed and souls are nurtured through the use of the principles and practices of the science of mind philosophy founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes. And at this center and any of the centers for spiritual living, we are communities that believe in honoring unity and celebrating diversity. We are interfaith, and we celebrate all of the many paths to one's highest good. So I welcome everyone today, and today we have a very, very special service because we are installing and dedicating our 4 newly licensed practitioners today. So very, very important day, not only for our center, not only for all of the centers for spiritual living, but all of humankind. Because it's their energies, as I say, their energies are an uplifting agent of raising the vibrational energy of the world. So we are very grateful and honored to be doing this today for these ladies who have given so much of their time and love and dedication to not only going deep within for themselves, but for being in service to the world.
So I have a special gift for you, 4 beautiful ladies, and for the rest of the community. A song that speaks to my heart and hopefully speaks to yours as well. When I was a child, I could hear the wind in the trees, and I heard a song in the breeze. It was there singing out my name. But I'm not a boy. I have known the taste of defeat, and I finally come to believe it will all come around again. Though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. If the questions let me hear, then I am who I was born to be. And so here am I, open arms and making a stand. I've got the world in my hands, and I feel it's my turn to fly. Though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. If the questions let me hear, then I am who I was born to be. When I was a child, there were flowers that bloomed in the night, unafraid to take in the light. unashamed to have braved the dark. Though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I'm free. If the questions let me hear that I am who I was born to be, you are who you were born to be.
It's the most sacred moment I've experienced in all time. It truly is.
Wow, you guys look beautiful. Good morning, CSL.
Good morning.
Greater Boston. Please take a moment and get comfortable in your seats. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And taking in a few deep cleansing breaths. Relaxing and resting in the divine. And just allow yourself to let go of all that it took to get you here, the busyness of the morning, letting go of any thoughts or ideas that do not serve the highest and best good, and taking in a few deep cleansing breaths once again, and just be. Be in the divine, and allowing that divinity to shower you with its light and its love. And please join me in consciousness as we evoke the presence of the living spirit that is everywhere present, always. And so it is in this space, in this vibration, that I recognize and I realize that there is only one. There is only one life, one source. That one is the visible and the invisible. It is the light and it is the love. It is the formed and the unformed. It is the good and the plenty. It is the unconditional love of all that is. There is only one. That one is limitless. It is boundless. That one is closer to me than my breathing and nearer to me than my hands and my feet. It is the very breath that I breathe. It is the beat of my heart. That one is the Alpha and the Omega. And it has no beginning and no ending. It is who and what I am. It is who and what each one present here is. We are one. It is indivisible. There is nothing else but that. And it expresses as love, joy, peace, harmony, abundance, prosperity, opulence, and so much more. There's only one. And it is in this vibration of oneness, this essence of this thing that has so many names, but I'm calling it God in this moment. It is from this space, this secret place of the Most High, that I bless today's Sunday celebration. I bless the message and the messengers, knowing that the words that they speak touch the hearts of each and every one of us. Knowing that the words that they speak are truth. It is a truth of me and the truth of each one of you. I bless all that is taking place here today and speak a special blessing for today's sacred celebration of the Practitioner's installment ceremony. And I know that each one is showered with blessings from above. Each one being dedicated here, Liza, Martine, Nan, and Vicky. I bless each one for their willingness to say yes to the call, for their willingness to step up and step forward into the truth of who they are, for the blessings that they intend to give not only to themselves and to this center, but to the world, for their willingness to step up as practitioners for God. And I give thanks and bless our Facebook family for each one that participated in today's service, for the setup and the breakdown, for the hospitality team and the fellowship that follows the service. And I know that in this space, at this time, that this service unfolds to its highest good. It's all perfect because it's all God. And so I just let it be. And please join me in saying,
So it is.
So as a group, we created what our purpose and vision is and who we are in the world, and I'd like us all to say this together because it'll give people an idea of what we are about at Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Portland. So, if we could say this together, and it's good for people who might be here for the first time, so knowing what does this group, what are they about? So here we go. Who we are in the world.
We are a safe, welcoming, nurturing, spiritual community of light, love, and joy. What we give to the world. We awaken individual magnificence, transform thinking, and expand consciousness. What we are called to fulfill. Co-creating a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. How we share our wisdom. Living a limitless life, we see through the eyes of love. Together we reach our highest potential as a light in the Northeast.
And I love this first sentence. Let's just say the first sentence again.
Living a limitless life, we see through the eyes of love.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Pardon my technical difficulties. All right, so what is a practitioner? That's the question we want to answer today. So a practitioner begins with 2 years of prerequisite classes is to build a foundation of science of mind understanding, which is our philosophy and our life that we live here. Then they continue on to do 2 years of practitioner training. Each year is 30 weeks of 3-hour classes plus a lot of homework, reading, papers to write, projects to complete, and tests to take, right? Then a written test is taken, an opened book exam of policies and procedures for Centers for Spiritual Living, and what that means to be a practitioner. And after successfully passing all of this, they have completed their practitioner training. Then to be licensed, they must sit before 2 practitioners and 1 minister to complete their oral panels. Oh, but wait. They continue to educate themselves with continuing education classes and practitioner service units. So it's a continuing process of expanding in consciousness.
So these are the instructions to practitioners that Ernest Holmes gave in his lecture on May of 1933 that I would like to share with all of you. And he wrote, "A practitioner is not a pious, narrow-minded person, spiritually and intellectually puffed up. A person who has had the greatest experience in life, theoretically, should be the best practitioner. A practitioner is one who, when people come to them, views them neither as saints nor sinners, but just as people. Whatever their reaction to life may be, whatever their habits of living, the practitioner does not judge them. The practitioner views them only as people and has no opinion about their circumstances. Now, if they had an opinion, the things they are going to do is subject to that opinion. Why? You might say, why? Because the thing they are doing takes place in their thought. In their thought. And if they have a preconceived thought or opinion about this individual, the efficacy of the treatment will be limited to that opinion. Right, ladies? There is no class of people who should be so tolerant, broad-minded, and understanding of human reactions as a precious practitioner.
So now if you will stand and sing our community song, which again is for our practitioners.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
You may be seated. Thank you. So I would ask the practitioners to please stand. Down through the ages, there have been those in whom the light of the divine love has burned so brightly that they have been willing to work in selfless love and service to others. As practitioners of religious science, this divine love shines through you. and all practitioners. Through your diligent study and dedicated practice, you have prepared yourself for this high calling. You have voluntarily offered yourself to be used by God in the practice of spiritual mind healing and revealing. As we know, we don't heal anything, we just reveal the truth. To help lift humankind in consciousness above the experiences of all forms of sickness of mind, body, and circumstances. We honor each of you this day for your commitment, for your willingness to be of service, for your loyalty to this teaching of the science of mind.
I invite each of these new practitioners to dedicate yourselves with these vows. And I also would like any seasoned practitioner in the room, how nicely I said that, to stand up, because I invite our seasoned practitioners to rededicate yourselves with these vows. So look at how blessed we are to have all of these wonderful practitioners with such high consciousness be here in our midst. I thank all of you. To agree to the vow, please answer I do or I will as appropriate. As a practitioner of religious science, do you willingly rededicate yourself to practice the art and science of spiritual mind treatment?
I do.
As a practitioner of religious science, I read that twice. In awareness of your high office and function, will you conduct yourself in conformity with the code of ethics for religious science practitioners?
I will.
As a practitioner of religious science, do you bind yourself to absolute confidentiality, keeping the identity and confidences of those who come to you for help unless you receive their explicit consent to do otherwise?
I do.
Realizing that the greatest need of a practitioner is to have a personal experience of God, do you dedicate yourself to the discipline of regular and faithful prayer treatment, that you may be prepared to meet any condition that may come to you?
I do.
As a loyal and supporting member of Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Boston, will you uphold and support this center and the Centers for Spiritual Living through spiritual mind treatment?
I will.
The congregation of CSL Greater Boston, along with friends and families of those practitioners, I ask you, will you support these servants of God with your prayers, your love, and allow them to serve you on your spiritual journey? Awesome. Practitioners, these vows of dedication and rededication, which you have spoken, are only the outward expression of an inner dedication and consecration of the indwelling presence which you have already made. Through this act, you place yourself in a very special relationship to God and to humanity. Your mission is to recognize the deep and abiding harmony of spirit at the center of everything, to see through the existing circumstances and affirm the truth that sets all humankind free. In the fulfillment of your mission, you have the same assurance expressed by Jesus, master teacher, or rabbi as I call him. It is the Father within who does the work. I bless you each as instruments of divine healing. You may now be seated. Let's stand and sing. Why not?
Get ready.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was God is the sun, and God so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine His light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it is here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine His light as He, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. You may be seated. Such a beautiful song.
So each licensed practitioner receives a white stole. The stoles represent their acceptance of the spiritual path that they have dedicated themselves to. Reverend Valerie, would you please come up and tell us more about these practitioner stoles?
The stole of the practitioner represents a personal commitment to the science of mind philosophy and the willingness to seek the truth through treatment and meditation so that they may aid in the growth of collective consciousness, first manifesting in themselves, then those around them, then the world. The philosophy is rooted in the ancient wisdom of all religions as reconciled by our founder, Ernest Holmes. And a little side note here. Did you know that Ernest Holmes had 27 honorary divinity degrees? So the main principle to be embraced is that of oneness. The stole and its symbology demonstrates that a practitioner has joined with the religious community as a whole, and that there exists an agreement to stand with and not against our fellow religious brethren. They do so in the spirit of friendship and mutual respect. They do so on the strength of our main principle of oneness. And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay. Now, what I'd like is all of the 4 practitioners, if you would stand here in front of us, facing the congregation. And now I would invite the person who will be placing a stole on each of our new practitioners, if they would it's going to be a little tight here, but we'll manage this, to stand behind them, because Rev G will be handing each of them the stole to be placed on the assigned practitioner. So, pick someone who you'd like from the congregation to put your stole on.
Rev Ed,
Oh,
I need those.
yes, since I said you'll be doing that, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just going to slip through here. So before we begin, what I would like to do is I would like to do a prayer blessing on these stoles. So if you want to join with me as I do this prayer blessing, if you want to hold your hands out in energetic love of holding that, holding this energy and as we do this prayer. So just recognizing, realizing right here and right now that these stoles are blessed, that the power of the divine is flowing in the individuals who will receive these stoles and stand in the power of who they are, knowing the truth behind all outward appearances, to that divine perfection and wholeness that resides at the center of each and every one that they come in contact with. That these stoles, as a representative of who they are blessing everyone around them and everyone who comes in contact with them. So knowing that this beautiful light that is the practitioner and what these stoles represent, I know these stoles are blessed and carry the blessing of the divine with them wherever they go and whatever activity they're involved in. So in gratitude for all of this good, I let it be, and I know it is so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Rev G.
Yes.
Now we'll start with Vicky. All right, Vicky. Let's stow Vicky. And you may please put that stole on Vicky. Nan. Martine. And Locke. Congratulations, our 4 new practitioners, fully licensed, and fully stoked. Let's all stand. now we may all be seated because there's still more to come.
There is yet more to go.
There's more yet to come. Yet more to come.
You want my
Those stories are so nice on it, ladies.
There's just so much love in this room today. Loving the love. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful.
More power we're going to get. Let me tell you.
All right. Yes. All right. So, as a way of showing community, we've created a ritual. And this ritual helps us to kind of ground things into our lives so that we can really deepen. You know, our practitioners received a beautiful gift yesterday, and that is something that they will hold dear in their hearts. I know that for sure, because I do too. So today is a day of confirming who they are, of stepping up to who they are. And so each one of us has the light of the divine within. To demonstrate this truth, I invite each of you to move forward, of the community. And I would say for the practitioners of CSL, if you will just hold back, because we have a special ritual just for you. So, and that means all of CSL Greater Boston. So everyone else, if you want to make your way to the front, and you can light a candle off of the candle we have put here and set it up on the altar here. Okay? And this will show our common unity of spiritual beings on this human journey.
A common unity of community.
A common unity of community.
That's right, that's right. So how do you want, everyone should do that? I know.
That's fine. Let everyone light a candle.
Barbara, why don't you begin? And then, no. Yeah. Okay, pick a candle. Pick one of these. Yeah. Okay. I would say you could leave this down.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can just light the candle off the...
Yeah, and then kind of put it all through here. Then we take this.
Yes.
No, it's Barbara.
Barbara, put it over here.
Sorry.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
Yes, everybody will move forward and do this.
Reverend Valerie? Yeah.
Yes, let's do one side. Let's do
I'll
a
be the
section
little
at a
usher.
time.
How's that? Good morning. Gee, there's more candles.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that as we celebrate the light in each one of us. And we recognize that all of this light is coming from each heart here and each individual here. And that we are all light. So now I invite the practitioners. I would like to start with the 4 new practitioners. Also, I will ask our seasoned practitioners to come forward afterwards. And as you take one of the vials of beads, which we have here, as you put it into the bowl, which I'm going to ask you to put it into this bowl right here, I want you to say a word or 2 about what you bring as your spiritual truth to this community. All right? So we'll start with you 4. You want to pick a vial of beads one at a time and pour it into the bowl. Hold on to the vial. All of them out.
Hold on to the empty vial.
And hold on to the empty vial.
What I bring is my spiritual truth, or as a spiritual truth?
As your spiritual truth.
I bring the truth of freedom and love. Freedom and love.
I bring the truth of victory consciousness over all and abundance for all and for the center.
I bring attunement to my most authentic self, to the most authentic self, and consistency in action.
I bring the truth of complete oneness with the divine and a consciousness of utter abundance and prosperity for all.
And now for our seasoned practitioners from the center.
I bring the spiritual truth of a joyful heart. For where there is joy, there is true power.
I bring the truth of courage and to be bold and vulnerable and to do that with an open heart and love.
I bring a truth of authenticity, a heart of compassion, and a whole lot of love for everyone.
So we now mix these colored beads together, representing the community of practitioners at Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston. Each one will then be able to take a vial of colored beads home with them to their personal altar to remind them that they are a part of a spiritual community of support and encouragement.
I have to add one because we're setting an intention.
Okay.
Because you said two, but I had a third. And that would be bringing the truth intuitive power.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Compelled to add that.
Wonderful. So we will be filling your vials later on today so that you can come and fill your vials. You have your vials and you can come fill them later. So after we finish service.
Yes.
So I bless this outward sign of this sacred community of professional practitioners that dedicate themselves to the purpose of Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston, to help people to discover and spiritual truth. That's what we stand for.
So as we bring this service to a close today, I invite you to participate in the law of circulation, everyone, as we share our offerings. Sacred circulation is seeding our future of abundant prosperity and blessings. As I give, so shall I receive. This is planting our future good using the reciprocal nature of the universe. And for our Facebook Live family, as you know, we invite you to go to our website, cslboston.org, where you can make your offerings. For people who are present in the center today, please take you are giving and hold it over your hearts as we say our offering affirmation together. If you'd like to repeat after me, if you so choose. Knowing God is my source.
Knowing God is my source.
I give my gift to the universe.
I give my gift to the universe.
My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper.
My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It does its good and perfect work.
It does its good and perfect work.
And multiplies to me and returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And the love offering baskets will be passed around. There are also envelopes in there if you're giving cash and you'd want a letter, because we're a 501(c), whatever. We do give that at the end of the year. So, and just pass it around and it'll come back and then Rev G will
And as the baskets are going around, we can join together in the community offering song, and I know this is a favorite of our community, which is Who's Given, What Don't? You give when you receive. When you give, know that God is so. Who's given what to whom? When we give, who's given what to whom? When we receive, who's given what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is, so who's given what to whom? Trusting in the law of circulation, knowing that it is
to whom when we give. Know that God is all there is. So who's giving what? Who's giving what? Who's giving what to?
Yes. All right, you may be seated. Thank you.
And Reggie, would you kindly bless it?
Happy to bless the offering. So, just taking a moment right here and right now to recognize the divine circulation in form. Knowing that this is blessing the purpose of this community and blessing each life who joins in this circulation. Knowing that each one is abundantly prospered as they give, knowing that there is an abundance of good in the universe and that it is available to all right here and right now. I claim it as good. I claim this knowing that it is good for this community and that it is empowering this idea of science of mind in Greater Boston. So in gratitude for all of this, I accept these gifts and together we say,
And so it
is.
Beautiful. Thank you. Now at this point, we would like maybe the 4 new practitioners, if they would like to say something briefly, succinctly, because of some sense, we'd like to say something. So that would be a wonderful thing. And of course, yes, whoever would like to begin, if you would like to say a few words, you may. Okay?
Good morning, glorious community.
Good morning.
God glorious. I am so grateful to be here, I'm going to really try to be brief. I'm so grateful to be here. This is a dream come true. It's a journey that began many years ago when I discovered Louise Hay's book. I had believed growing up in this world from the stories that you're told by society, by your family, by the culture, that I was a victim. I spent many years outwardly appearing happy, but with a lot of discord and depression. And when I read that book, it began a lifetime conversation. A conversation in my consciousness. A truth that said, regardless of circumstances, you are powerful. It is a dream come true to become a practitioner of this philosophy, of the science of mind. Having learned, and I am disciplining myself every day to become a conscious creator with God, the Most High. We live in a world that tells you that you are powerless. We live in a world that tells you you are trapped, and yet we are greater. We are greater. We are limitless. So as a practitioner, I make a vow to hold the truth that I am limitless. And every human being that I see with these eyes, with this sight, I know with the eyes behind these physical eyes, my spiritual eyes, that they are more powerful than anyone could know. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's an honor to walk that path, to remember that truth every day for the rest of my life. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I stand, I live, and I have my being in you. And namaste.
It's hard to sum up how I'm feeling in a couple of minutes, but I think the last 2 days I've had these amazing life reviews, and we've done a lot of very close work together, and so some of my practitioner sisters know my life story, but I think from as early as 5 years old, I remember having these conversations with God and knowing that spirit, that God is real. That's actually my mantra. And I've had so many mystical experiences and knowing that God is real and seeing God in the midst of every type of betrayal to abuses to body betrayals to chronic disease. And I've happened to be blessed to care for people. And I think standing before you, I have a humble heart. I'm a humble servant. And my prayer for the last 11 years was to be used up, to figure out what is my life's mission, because I think I got like part 1 right, and now there's a part 2 for 11 years, and I've learned the power of the intuitive voice, the intuitive power, and I've had this beautiful journey. When Joseph Campbell talked about the hero's journey, that journey of stepping out into the unknown and bringing back the lessons, and the lessons really, home is yourself. So I've had this beautiful journey, 45-year journey in self-love and self-actualization, and the importance of honoring that still small voice, which is God within, that guides each one, whatever you want to call it, spirit, God, whatever. And my life is a testament of that. And so standing before you as a humble servant, I have so much humility. I've always seen the oneness in everyone and everything, and hungry to learn and emulate and be inspired by every human being I've ever come in contact with. So standing before you as a practitioner, I pray for your prayers, for collective consciousness on me, that I am to fulfill my mission here, that God is to work in and through me, through the still small voice, through writing, through interactions, to bridge spirituality and medicine, that you all can hold me in that consciousness as a community to fulfill what I'm here to do, and to also help other people see their true power, that we're so much bigger than any life of circumstance that could possibly confront us, that it all starts in this consciousness of oneness, and that we are worthy, that we are free, that we have the power to choose, that authenticity and self-integrity is really what life is about. Life is about growth and change and evolution and the journey, the hero's journey. It's not about comfort, as the prophet said, the desire for passion. The desire for comfort kills the passion of the soul. And so my prayer here as a humble servant is for your prayers, to lift me up, that I complete my work here, that this lifetime and the next, and that this new season that I am in of ease, grace, peace, and love, that may my lessons now be easeful, graceful, and peace-filled. So, thank you.
Well, I am not even going to try to be as eloquent or more eloquent than my sisters before me who have spoken so with such spirit-filled words that I'm sure have touched all of us in heart and mind. Instead, I'm going to take this moment to just say, I'm grateful, I'm thankful that Center for Spiritual Living Greater Boston was here when I was looking for it, and that I was able to take classes, starting with the incomparable Liza Swidarski, who she and I both started at the center pretty much at the same time, followed then by Vicki of showing up, and you'd been present a lot longer, but I didn't meet you until later in the way. But having this community of people around me to lift me up and support me, and to be part of a reciprocity of loving kindness and generosity of spirit allowed me to really come into alignment and attunement with my greater yet to my greater yet to be. And so I am so thankful for everyone here, especially for Rev Ed and Rev G, who have done so much over the years with patience, kindness, to help us reach this very happy occasion for us all today. And thank you, I'm grateful, and so it is.
My heart is overflowing with love right now. It is an honor to be here. I am so humbled. I wouldn't be here without these men behind me who suggested, who planted the seed. Ricky, why don't you think about being a practitioner? And I thought, who, me? Oh, it was the right. Thank you. Thank you both. Standing here today, I think of my father, whom I know my parents are with me today. Hi, sisters. My 3 sisters in Michigan are watching. My father believed in the divine. He believed in God, but he called it energy. And so that seed was planted really early in my life of energy, this energy. He said this energy is everywhere. He was my first metaphysical teacher, and I didn't even know it. I am so humbled and so honored to have this truth and to know it and to practice it in my life. My life has not been perfect from human standards. I've made a lot of quote-unquote mistakes from human standards with what people would call addictions. But the grace has allowed me to follow a path that has been so divine. And now I look back on my life, and everything that was in my life is spiritually perfect, leading me to this moment now, where I only know the truth, where I know that every single experience I've ever had was there to serve a divine purpose, and that is to serve others. It is to know my oneness with the divine and to serve others. And every day I humbly follow that inner guidance. One of the things that I've been practicing since I took the first class here in Science of Mind was changing my consciousness, my beliefs, my thoughts, my attitudes about prosperity and abundance, because that was just something that was so far away. I had a consciousness of deprivation. I had a consciousness of lack. I didn't know that everything in the universe and more is there. And it's my consciousness that brings it forth and attracts it to me. I didn't know that. Today I know that, and I live in that, and I love that. I love that. My other family is here today. I could cry for every single one of you who are here and showing up. I have so much love and so much abundance in my life right now. And as a little side, my friends here, my people closest to me, since I started taking my first class, 2016 until now, my income has doubled. I couldn't double it before with my Ivy League degrees. But here, following this philosophy, my income has doubled. Yes. Because I know it's the divine working through me. Yes. And that is just a small example. Just a demonstration, a manifestation. There's more. Yes. And that is my service in the world that I so humbly and lovingly want to share. Because if I can do it, oh my gosh, you can do it too. So I am humbled and honored to be a practitioner of the science of mind philosophy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm so sorry, but we're hijacking the program. So, this is on behalf of the 4 of us in a very teensy-weensy little show of gratitude and appreciation for all that you have done. We're all so very grateful and so very thankful for everything. We would like to present you with this. And notice the back is not wrapped. I ran out of paper. It's really pretty from this side.
Thank you so much.
So you should open it right now.
Wow.
Our purpose statement.
Oh.
Who we are in the world. Thank
you for hijacking. I really appreciate it. So I will say to the congregation here that our practitioners will be here for you to greet and give them more hugs and more celebratory time with them as we have our fellowship after this. And at this point, I would like Reverend Valerie come and give a benediction. Then I will say the announcements, and we will sing one song, and then we will partay. So, Reverend Valerie, if you would please come up.
Oh my God, what
Yeah.
else is this? Oh, I'm so filled up and overflowing with love. I can only say that they are wearing their stoles very well and God is good. No, please join me in consciousness as I make an attempt to benedict us. Knowing that God is all there is. I give thanks for this wonderful, wonderful service, for these 4 beautiful practitioners, for each and every one that showed up today to honor them. I'm giving thanks for the message claiming that each one has taken some small aha moment out into their week as they move forward in their day, and trusting that whatever it is they take with that their week is touched by the wisdom and the beauty of the Spirit, and that they share that gift with each person they come in contact with. And so I know that we are all God, and we are all good, and we are all perfect. This day is perfect. This service is perfect. And just please join us in fellowship and love one another as the Spirit of the living God loves you. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Reverend Valley. That was beautiful. And one more thing of business. Oh, it's right here. Take that. All righty. We're almost there. So here are our announcements. I will quickly say them to you. We welcome your prayer requests, and you may fill out a card in the foyer, and our prayer corps, now that there are 4 more, will pray for these requests over the week. Or you can go to our website for the Facebook family and put a prayer request there, and we know that all prayer requests are confidential. One Moment Miracles are offered after service by practitioners and ministers. And if you desire prayer, we ask you to sit in the front row, and someone will come to you and pray with you. We are grateful, so grateful, literally, for all of our volunteers who help make our Sundays magical, not only this Sunday, but every Sunday. And we thank them for all of the time and dedication that they give to this center. And you may sign up for sacred service in the other room if you so desire. Our self-mastery class will be beginning the emergence of the true self on Monday, December 2nd from 6:30 to 9. Sign-up sheets are on the class sign-up board out in the front foyer. Slide, G. Our 8th annual Season of Light holiday celebration will be on Sunday, December 1st, for this coming Sunday, well, the first Sunday in December. We're doing it early this year to kick off the holiday season. And we ask you to come and join us for music, poetry, and a deeper understanding of the 7 faith traditions that celebrate divine light in December. And I said to Rev G, wow, 8 years we've been doing this. And this gift was given to us, this whole service was made, especially for CSL Greater Boston, by our beloved friend and colleague, Reverend Tinker Donnelly. Hi, Reverend Tinker, she's in California now. Bless you, we love you for this wonderful expression of love that you created for this center purposely for us. So thank you. Next slide. This is very dear and near to my heart. It's the holiday giving tree for 2019. And I'm asking for support. I have a prison ministry also along with this ministry. And I go there every week and work with men who are in prison. This is in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. And what I do is I am able to buy them through your generous donations, gifts of books. So a check of $25 will buy one book, $50 will buy two. You know, just keep multiplying that by 25. Or you can give a check for $15 for a Science of Mind magazine. And all of this includes the special postaging that has to go along with it. And I am telling you, your gifts definitely empower the personal and spiritual growth of these detainees that I have been working with now for, I don't know how many years now, maybe 2.5, 3 years? Yeah, individually. So you can make checks out to CSL Greater Boston, and in the memo put prison ministry, so that money will go toward my prison ministry, or you can even go online and donate that way. And one thing I will say to you, and I'm going to try to do, what I will do this year from your wonderful donations will be, I would like to have maybe 10 to 15 books put into the prison library about the science of mind philosophy, so that people who might not be coming to the class, if they want to read about it, they'll see different books about that. So please consider this. You can put your name on one of the ornaments, and you can hand me a check, or Rev G, or Nan, who is president of our Leadership Council, and also the treasurer. So yes. And yes,
also for the library, would you accept used books?
No.
You know, so many people want to donate used books, but we can't because everything has to come from the publisher. I mean, we have so many books that I wanted to bring in, and they are so strict in relation to what they let you do, so it has to be from a publisher. And it has to be from the publisher of that. So, I mean, it's quite, the process is quite long. Thank you for asking. So, please think about that, open your hearts, and make those checks payable so I can help those wonderful men that I work with weekly. So my next thing is to make sure you join us for our fellowship and hospitality, and I so appreciate the hospitality group this week. My God, that's quite a spread. So we're going to party after this is over, and let's end with our lovely song, which is very dear to my heart. That rip, I return.
All right, so I'll begin with the solo part. You can join with me in the chorus, and I will have the words up there for you.
Practitioners, make sure you fill your vial, after this is over. So
After this is over,
yes.
That would be all of you. These shoes have worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I've returned to a hope that nurtures me, with love as remedy from all the miles of doubt and the shame that seemed unending. Now I'm awakening, I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of my oneness flourishing, fearless, free. day after day. There are many paths to choose, on some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one, where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond compare. And finally I trust your embrace and give thanks for the journeying. Yes, I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of my oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of my oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. I have returned.
Blessings.
And so it is.
So it is.